I have those times where I feel crazy, and it's just like sometimes because I have this feeling where I feel restless, where I feel just I don't, where I feel like I don't belong into my own body, and it just stems out from my childhood. I grew up in a house that was always loud. I grew up with no dad, and I never had anybody to talk to because of the noise. And I feel like I have this emptiness inside me that'll never get fixed. That is forever stain on who I am as a person. But it it'll get it was prominent last year. Last year was prominent. Um, because it was the first time where I was ever really alone with my own thoughts. I've been distracting myself with all of these things, with just walks, activities, workouts. I would even train in 100-degree weather just to ignore that feeling. I almost got a heat stroke 2 weeks ago. Almost got a heat stroke because I was working out outside. But it's because I've never really wanted to be still. I never want to be in quietness because I don't feel comfortable with my own thoughts. And I never really thought about this, but I guess my grandma's death had an effect on me. And she was the person that never knew me. Yeah, it's stupid to say, I feel like, because she didn't know anything about me. And yet I feel affected because I feel like at any point I would die. Like every day is the last day, and that I have nothing to live for if I don't do anything. If I do any, yeah, if I don't do anything. Because what's my purpose if I just sit around and do nothing? I have to give myself a purpose. I have to give myself some action. And I never want a day where I don't do anything. Because then that feeling would get worse. It always does. Because then what? If I do nothing all day, if I do nothing for that short period of time, what is my purpose? What is this God-given purpose that I am left with. I just want something that'll give me purpose, and I feel like I have the gym, or just my studies at that point. But really, it's just makes me feel like I have no purpose if I don't do anything. And I always want to be doing something. Every day I have a ton of things up in my mind telling me to do something, telling me to take action. And when I don't, it just feels like I'm betraying my own self. And it just puts me down in this deep hole where I feel like I would never come out. A lot of it does come from my childhood, because I've always been jealous of boys who have fathers, boys who play catch with their dad, or even walks. Because I never had any of those moments as a kid. I never had any good moments with my family. And so I would always be in a forever envy of those who do. And it's just something I've never really had. So I don't want to say I lost it, because how would I say I lost it if I never had it? It's like a missing piece within me. And, you look at someone who has a good life, and I'm just here. Oh, I envy that person. But, I always want to do something every day. Because, tomorrow is never promised. Tomorrow, I could be dead. I could. And if I don't do anything now, then I would always live in regret. I would always live in regret of what I didn't do. What I didn't do with my own time, with my own activities. And I just feel like I'm in a forever moving place because of time. When you realize how much time you spend doing something stupid, doing something like playing games, or even spending time on dumb activities, you become so fixated on those things, on time, because I wake up and the only thing I have in my mind is, what am I gonna get done today? What am I gonna accomplish today? And I have all of these things boarded up to where I just have to do these things. And I am tired most of the times. I am. But I always had this drive to do it, to, feel like I've never done nothing. So I always want to do something, whether that be going outside, walking, cleaning, or just doing chores. You know, I just want to do something with my days. And with time, you know, if I don't do anything with my time, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die one day. And I'm just gonna live to nothing. You know, I almost died last year. Maybe that's over a bit of an exaggeration, but I was almost severely injured. I was in a car crash on the way back home from Mexico, and you know, the car was flipped downhill multiple times, and I didn't realize this, but I had my seatbelt on. I thought I had it off, and when I talked to the cops, they said that we were lucky to not have the car be upside down, or that the trade, like there's a truck behind us, and it could have hit my side, but we were swerving too fast. I think about it every day because I felt like I could have died there without realizing it. And what did I have accomplished with my life? What did I do that brought me this great thing of gratitude? Nothing. Nothing. And that was the moment where it made me, that was the moment where that feeling got even stronger, because I always had that feeling of emptiness within me, but now it was more noticeable. And oh, fuck. I wasn't focusing on the camera, but yeah, that was the moment where I realized that if I died right now, what would I have accomplished? What was my purpose? And that moment gave me forever restlessness to accomplish whatever I had to do. And so I'm doing, you know, whatever I can right now to, you know, whenever the next time I have a near death or experience death, that I would feel like I have done something with my life. And you know, it's probably too dark to say, maybe, but yeah, I feel like I was given a second chance to do something with my life before I die. And I've always had this feeling where I would die at any second when I was older. And when that happened, when that almost happened, it just sparked my lights, if you can say. just feels like something I can't escape. And when I do, face that emptiness, it's just too much to handle. I should start reading again. I'm gonna make more goals. I'm gonna start reading again, but thank you for watching this video, and maybe leave a comment to help me out or anything of some sort. But thank you and have a good day.